5,475 pounds, the new Rockwood 235S Rue Hybrid here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. This is incredibly new. It's so new, in fact, at the time of this filming, it doesn't even appear on Rockwood's website, nor do I have the full specs made available to me from Rockwood yet. So we will circle back on our website and get that updated as we have the opportunity. Unfortunately, we cannot re-edit video later after the fact to update that. So utilize the link in the video description to check things like holding tank capacities, total lengths, etc., you know, cargo capacity. So what does this one give us? This gives us the living room of like a big 32 foot travel trailer with an easy direct viewing entertainment center and a really upscale feel, a nice kitchen, lots of storage, and probably one of the best outside kitchens I've ever seen applied to a hybrid camper. And I like this floor plan. I liked it the moment I saw it on paper, and I like it even more now that I've seen it in person. It confirmed everything I thought about it. This is just a really good floor plan. I've got the super slide closed right now, and that's a big, full, deep, wide, long super slide. And even when it's fully closed, if I want to get up to the front bed, if I want to get to the kitchen storage, you know, the only thing that you'll kind of lose out on here is a little bit of this pantry space. So keep that in mind. But short of that, if you keep your dry goods in there, everything else that you need to pack on a trip, or if you need to stop and get something, you can get through the whole thing to the bathrooms right by the door. I think that's a great decision. That's an awesome design decision. I mean, to a large extent, you almost don't need the slide up, but man, is it about to make this camper so much better. And it was kind of funny because as soon as it opened up, the person who does our surface level quality control, we surface inspect every RV before we accept it here at Haylett RV. He walked in, he goes, "Wow, this is nice. Wow, this is really nice. And look at this." Like everything is like, "Look at this and look at this." I mean, when people like us who just see campers all day, every day, when we get blinded by the light of something, you know it has to be something special, you know? Now, also keep in mind, what we're looking at here could be very different from what we have in stock. Rockwood offers different wood decors, different fabric options, different flooring options, different seating options. And no matter how I build one, someone's going to tell me I'm wrong. So this is how we happen to have built this one. You can double check our website to see how we have maybe a different one built. So let's get going on what makes this one sing. So first of all, we have really good light package in here. And this is one of the first instances where you can start to see that Rockwood is not built with price sensitivity, but with a higher level of features. We also have a fully laminated walk-on roof that is has a mini vault to it. It's got like a 2.5-inch vault. And that helps open this thing up and give it that nice, big, comfortable, you know, luxury feel. I think Rockwood's about the only brand on the market I can really comfortably say builds a luxury hybrid, you know, in that class and category. Now, we also have dual ducted central air, even in this little guy. Because when you have hybrid bed ends sticking off the front and back of it, you need every ounce of efficiency you can possibly get. And you're going to see us talk all about storage. But I love that Rockwood still puts cabinets overhead in the slide out. They don't lose that storage capacity. And you'll notice that every window is going to open for ventilation. Now we've got frameless windows on the sides, framed windows on the slide side so that you get a combination of good looks and good airflow. So we've got, you know, front and rear mattresses that are an easy 4-sleeper. But one of the cool things about a super slide is it gives you the ability to sleep some extra guests. And that's one of the reasons that we thought it'd be a good idea to swap out this standard bifold jackknife sofa for this nicer trifold sleeper sofa. It'll add that one extra body sleeping capacity while also giving you a much more comfortable daytime seating arrangement. Now over here, of course, we've got you know, simple fold-down dinette, but being a full 4-person dinette, which is one of the benefits of an 8-wide camper with a super slide, it is decent for like a little bit bigger kids or maybe giant dogs or something like that. So, you know, we go from a 4-person capacity to a 7 capacity very simply and easily here. But I really think the best part of this design is its comfortable living arrangement. And they did a couple neat things that are easy to miss here, I want to point out. So once again, by updating to the hide-a-bed sofa here, which is how the one is in this video. It's not a guarantee that every single one at Haylett RV will look exactly like this, but it probably will look pretty similar to this. That gives you a more comfortable, you know, primary seating space, and it is set on boardwalk and park place at what I like to call the no-neck wrecker entertainment arrangement, directly across from that big HDTV. But something that's also easy to miss is up here in this front bed. And the trick with hybrids and doing video work is that the camera really struggles with the light exchange on those hybrid beds. But you see how I have that mattress flipped up right now? That's by intention, because Rockwood also includes this handy, like, full-length seating pad right here. So if you really need to just kind of sit everybody down, you can, and it's very social. It reminds me of a rear living room travel trailer where you'd have seating in the back with a sofa right next to it. And as my friend Craig Morgan would call it, the conversation floor plan. It's very conversational. You can sit here with friends and chit-chat, or, you know, listen to the kids or grandkids or whatever, the neighbors who came over to meet you, whatever the case may be. Now, it's also important to note that both the front and rear beds are always going to have some outlets nearby for phone chargers, CPAP users, etc. Now, up top here, in the top of the Rockwood hybrid beds, we have, let's go ahead and say it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. A baby hammock. Wait, what? What did you say? I said, never mind. So, obviously, you're not going to use this as a baby hammock. Please don't do that. Let's just have a little fun today. The point of this is just an extra little bonus cargo space, because typically hybrids can be kind of starved for cargo. Now, that being said, we're about to see some serious storage in this son of a gun. But keep in mind, too, that this mattress is very easy to simply flip back in place. And these are dual front 60 by 80 queen beds. So you've got true residential queen size beds going on. But what's also neat, guys, is they are heated mattresses. It comes with a little hand controller that plugs in right over here, and you can, you know, warm yourself up. And especially when this bed sticks out over nothing, if you do spring camp or fall camp, it is nice to have that ability to kind of get your toes a little bit toastier. Now, before we open everything up and look at the ton of storage in this thing, I want to point out that both here in the living room and in the bedroom, you've got the bigger Max Air vent fans. And the second fan here in the living room is standard on Rockwood Rue models. It'd be optional on other Rockwoods, but it's standard on the hybrids. And it also includes the roof vent cover, so you can leave that thing open in the rain to get some good airflow. And again, we've got this great entertainment system. One thing I do want to point out here before I get going, I keep teasing you with storage. That's not my intention. I just keep seeing other shiny stuff I want to talk about. Anyway, Bluetooth soundbar and Bluetooth DVD stereo. And the stereo you can actually control with your phone via the IRV app for Androids and iPhones. So you can really kind of do anything you want right from there. And right across from you, keeping your toes warm, we have an electric space heater that we refer to as a fireplace, remote controlled, and it also has LED heatless visuals. So if you just want to, midsummer, have that neat look at night, use it like a night light for the kiddos or for yourself to see at night, you can do that too. So finally, we get to storage, and I love what they did here. This camper has its own dedicated kitchen pantry that we're going to look at in a second. So they didn't need more pantry space. But you know what it didn't have anywhere else? Was hanging storage. This gives you a cool place to be able to actually hang some shirts, some pants, some whatevers. It's a neat little, entertainment wardrobe center. I haven't come up with a neat mishmash word for that. That's okay. Let's do that. Let's submit your new RV Nerdism number 37. I want a name for a combination entertainment center / wardrobe. Go. Down below, this is not exceptionally deep because you do have an outside kitchen behind it, but that's what's kind of cool, guys. That full-size big outside kitchen hides behind the entertainment center, so you don't ever really feel like you lose anything. Now, over here, next to the refrigerator, we have, let me get around this drawer behind me here that you can't see currently, a 6.5 foot tall full pantry. And that it goes as deep as the refrigerator. You've got legit pantry space. So remember when the slide was closed and I said you lost a little bit of the pantry next to the sofa area, the slide out? You can still get in here and pack everything up. You can utilize that one cabinet that you lose when the slide is closed for stuff you don't use every day. Now, things like the raised panel hardwood doors on the refrigerator here, that is an optional piece of equipment. And we have upgraded the wood tones in this. Like what we're looking at, it's called the American Maple wood pattern, and it actually does upgrade from flat panel cabinet doors to these beautiful maple hardwood cabinet doors right here. And you'll see it's done in the uppers, the lowers, the everythings. Now, back to the kitchen proper. They did a really good job maximizing the total space and efficiency here. I love that huge window too, so you can help keep an eye and an ear on the kiddos. And cross breeze, let's not forget that. But solid surface countertops with recessed sink and stove tops give us the greatest amount of flat, horizontal, useful prep space we could possibly get. Down here below, we've got that beautiful Suburban 22-inch stove, and man, does that have such an aesthetic look to it. But even below that, they add an extra drawer. They just don't let anything go to waste here. And over here in this corner, this is a full like pass-through cabinet. We'll come back to that in a second, but first I want to take another look back at the dining arrangement right here, because you see that there is storage below the dinette as well, and that's what's kind of cool about this. You've got an easy reach extension drawer on this side so that you don't have to tear apart the dinette, but that's good for small stuff, loose stuff. For bigger, heavier stuff, they give you just one door on this side, so they really kind of split the difference, and it makes sense why they do it. But if you start peeking inside, you'll see that any furniture basically Rockwood makes, just like their entire RV, is fully aluminum skeletoned. So that's part of where the longevity and the lighter weight comes in play. Now, right next to where you walk in, because it's, you know, right after the bathroom, if you're going to walk in past the bathroom, chances are you're going to kick your shoes off. So they put a little clutter cutter shoe garage right there. Doesn't that make sense? Now over here, remember, this could be pantry space, but as we look up, you see that there's also little hanging hooks in there. If you want to turn this into a coat closet, very simple and easy to do so with some adjustable, well, not adjustable, but removable shelves. Now, a couple quick notes before we hit up the bathroom. We took a look at this previously. Let me get you just kind of another angle here to sort of soak it in. And when I do, you see a couple things. You can see all sorts of different like phone chargers and appliance outlets and some stuff that makes, you know, operating your kitchen simpler and easier. And then below that, you see a heat vent. And then you realize that there are no heat vents in the floor of this Rockwood roof, so that keeping it clean is a lot simpler and easier. Now, over here in the bathroom, it's great. It's super effective. They went with a huge sink, and they added some extra corner countertop space around that you don't get in all the other room models. But then look right above that. This is a little bit newer, this little corner organizer shelf. So it increases your horizontal flat usage space, because, you know, you need to set things on a flat surface, obviously, but it gives you a place to put your toothbrushes. It gives you a place to put, like, I don't know, a blow dryer or whatever. And they are including things like handy little towel rings on these Rockwoods. A full medicine cabinet with mirror to get yourself around. And the ceiling being vaulted, as we discussed earlier, plus that the 45-degree nature of that skylight right there means this is fairly tall person friendly, which is one of the reasons why they put a nicer radius shower in here. Well, Rockwood put a nicer shower in it because they're just a nicer brand, I think. But even little detail stuff like putting that little shower toiletry caddy up there is really smart. Now this little sticker over here, you see the AquaView shower miser installed. What is that? If you're dry camping, when you get your shower going, once you get the water set to where you want it, you know, you take little bursts of water out of your tank, but every time you have to adjust those knobs, you're wasting a little bit of water. And when you're dry camping, boondocking, it's very precious. So you flip this little lever, and you don't change your water temperature, basically. You leave the knobs where they're at, and all you do is recycle that water back into your freshwater holding tank. So you never have to, like, mess with the knobs and waste time, or get jabbed by that, like, icicle dagger of water, you know, when you haven't adjusted things correctly. You don't use that when you're park camping, because if you do, you could actually flood your freshwater tank, and nobody wants to see that happen. Now, we've got a foot flush stool with good legroom here. By angle mounting that toilet, they made it very functional, and you've got great dedicated linen space in here. So it's just, once again, every little nook and cranny, every detail. This is one of the most well thought out, well executed hybrids I've seen come out in a long, long time. And from, not surprisingly, the #1 producer of hybrids on the market. There's a shocker. So we have talked about a lot of good living experience items, but that's not where the fun stops. That's actually just kind of where it starts, because this one has one of the best patio areas I've really ever seen on a camper in a long time. TV hookups, grill hookups, outside kitchen. The awning covers the outside kitchen and the entry door, but we'll come back and take a look at all that in just a second. By that front compartment door, like you see that front baggage door next to that diamond plate. Remember that storage, well, that front cushion bench next to the TV. There's storage all the way through that and under it. So this actually does a full exterior pass-through storage, which is pretty cool. Power tongue jack and power awning are pretty commonplace items, but what you can't see from just a video is the quality and grade of the motor that Rockwood's using. They use better quality, higher grade, faster moving, longer lasting stuff. It's kind of the whole point of the RV is to be higher quality, longer lasting. You know, all aluminum skeleton. It is 5-side laminated nose, roof, walls, slides even, and even slide walls. The floor is still aluminum framed, but they went with an over-the-top heavy-duty floor construction like a luxury fifth wheel with a 2x3 floor stud every 12 inches on center and 5/8 tongue and groove plywood flooring. It is built to last. First class, built to last. The tail and marker lights, they're all LED, so that they're going to be longer lasting, brighter, safer, and again, laminated slide walls. You can come and just beat all over Rockwood. You're never going to hurt anything. Frameless windows are standard on these, on the sidewalls. It gives it that nice, sleek, good look, because again, this is a little higher level product. Now remember that one bench that did not have a drawer, that just had a door, it actually passes through from inside to outside, so you can get to the storage either way. Ah, crap, it's locked up. I don't have my keys. But no, even this little offside baggage door still has a magnet hold back. We have black tank flush and outside utility showers back here next to your like sewer hookup area. And that's another thing. All the hookups are back in one logical, intelligent location. You know, they try to make everything they can on this as simple, fun, and easy with as minimal setup as possible. And that's one of the things I like about their C-channeled bed ends. So these bed ends are rated for like 1,050 pounds, and they are reverse cambered. What that means is that when you lay on them, you're not going to buckle the door and cause it to like lose square, lose shape. It's not going to act funny or anything like that. And you don't have to like mess with any of this canvas stuff. It's not technically canvas, we just simply use that word still, but it's all in place. All you do is drop the door, put up the hook, done. That's all there is to it. And even the spare tire on this has a hard shell cover, just so that the spare tire gets its own maximum level of protection. It's just, these guys really think of everything. And how about that for a parking job? We got that thing placed just right to be able to open the slide out. So before we get to, or the awning rather, before we get to that awning though, I did want to take a second to close one of these rear beds. One of the things I wanted to show you is that some RVs, hybrids in particular, still have the latches like way up here. Now I'm tall, I got long arms, chicken arms, but they're arms. This is down here. This is down here where I can easily reach it. My wife, who's a little more gravity friendly, she can still reach this thing. It's just easier to reach, guys. Now the awning is awesome. It is about as long as you could possibly put on this camper. It's got LED lighting, tilt and lock awning arms, auto rain dump feature, push button, easy operation. It covers both the outside kitchen and the main entry door. Now you might notice that entry door dancing in the wind a little bit over here because it is a little bit of a windy day. We're going to get that awning put away presently, but you notice that that door is not going anywhere. This is an anti-slam door, so even though I fling it into the wind, it still stops itself. Now not only are they using the nicer MORryde step here on this roof, and it's a triple step, not a double. I mean, they really went all out. The adjustable foot pegs give this thing just ultimate stability. The MORryde steps are wider so that you have more, foot placement, and it helps you with your balance and stability. But this is also the 0G system. This is the self-supporting strutted system. So this is not going to fall on your kids, your grandkids, your dogs, your whatever. And I mean, it takes just the slightest level of help for this thing to, like, watch it take care of itself, literally. You can put this thing down. And I mean, until you pass the point of no return, it'll hold itself open. That is absolutely awesome. That's a best-in-class feature. Let's talk, here's another one. Suspension. Rockwood rides on a 4-wheel independent torsion suspension system. Not just torsion axles, but suspension as well. There's no leaf springs, there's no chucks. What this does, guys, is if the trailer starts to lean, it will transfer weight back to try to make the trailer ride level. So this thing will ride straight as narrow and very nice. It handles very nicely when you're going around corners. Now we've got that full outside kitchen, but if you want to put a TV outside, you do have a mount for that right about there. And you've got a second side mount grill situation going on. So the question becomes, why do they give you a grill and a cooker? And the answer is because you can grill some things and you can cooktop some other things, and the one isn't necessarily interchangeable with the other. You know, like here you might want your meats cooking, whereas over here you might want your sides. It just sort of depends on how you want to cook. And if you prefer one over the other, then use that one and not the other one. Remember, guys, Rockwood is the brand that gives you more, not less. And as long as we're talking about outside kitchen, how about this? How about the fact that they give you the bigger outside fridge here in a smaller lightweight camper? How about the fact that you still have all the same pocket screw cabinetry with hardwood cabinet doors on this one? How about the fact that we've got the nicer rolled steel galvanized weather resistant countertops here? How about the fact that Rockwood's like the only manufacturer who still gives you the easy reach extension, like the swing out style cooktop? This actually swings out and there's a gas strut to keep this in place, just like those MORryde steps. Almost no brand does this anymore. And when you ask them why, they say, well, it's because sometimes people would lean on it and break it. I don't know if I fully believe that. I know it's possible. I think the reason most brands don't do it is because it costs more money. But Rockwood is not about being the dollar cheaper brand. Rockwood is about being the dollar better brand. They are not built with price sensitivity. They are built with feature sensitivity. The idea behind a Rockwood is they build the features that they want their RV to have. And it costs what it costs. And it doesn't mean that Rockwood's going to be the cheapest option in the market, but strangely, they don't always seem to be the most expensive either. But arguably, you could easily call them one of the very best. Just the way that this one's parked, this doesn't have a ladder on the back. I can't quite get up onto the roof, but it does have max air vent covers over both the living room and the bathroom power vents. Full walkable laminated roof. This is strong. Built for long-term use and ownership, built for high levels of enjoyment, low levels of maintenance, guys. If you're looking for the last RV you ever want to own, Rockwood is almost always on that short list. So take care, stay safe, have fun, happy camping, everyone. And remember, we don't do hidden dealer fees, but we do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything else in between. And there is nobody who lives too far away to work with Haylett RV. So we hope to hear from you soon.